Hey New City, I'm Gabby. I'm a kindergarten teacher at Leadmine. I've been here for 8 years now, and we are so overjoyed that you guys have offered to supply us with all of these great things for our kiddos.
Yeah, so Gabby, what have the last couple months looked like for you and your kids, and what has been different, what has been fun, what's been challenging?
So teaching kindergarten remotely has definitely been an adventure, to say the least. We have had to innovate and create a different way to deliver our lessons, as you can imagine.
So what has your role looked like in these kids' lives as they've had to kind of adjust? And 5 and 6 year olds, that's just not normal for them to be sitting behind a computer screen learning.
Right. So the first couple weeks of kindergarten this year has definitely been more get to know you, a lot of movement breaks. And I've been really trying to find ways to get to know the students, but I will say that's been one of my biggest challenges is how do I reach each individual student so that they know that I know a little bit about them, or I'm in their corner, I'm here to encourage them. So we've done a lot of about me time, sharing in the morning, and just again trying to find creative ways, a lot of movement activities to still keep them engaged, because as you said, they are 5 and 6, so they're wiggling a lot throughout the lesson. So we'll just get up and play Simon Says, or we'll get up and have a dance party and listen to Kids Bop. Anything that I can do to keep them engaged with me and still checking in. But it's definitely been a challenge and a learning experience for sure to teach kindergarten remotely.
What would you say has been kind of the biggest obstacle to overcome?
Not knowing which students need my social and emotional support. So in the classroom, you can tell just based on body language and the way that they come in the morning, kind of what their morning looked like before school or what their night looked like. And I don't get to see that. I don't get to see a glimpse of how they're really doing apart from their families and give them that physical and encouragement that they really need. That is one of my biggest joys of teaching, are those unplanned teachable moments, the laughs, the hugs, the giggles, the getting up and dancing in the classroom, and just being able to hear so many stories. I don't feel like I get that. So I'm missing out on the FaceTime. I'm missing out on the one-to-one conversations that I'm used to having with my children. So for me, it's more of an emotional obstacle, but I do miss just them in person. I just miss their presence, and I, again, just appreciate the supply so much, because giving that to them is my way of expressing I'm here for you, I care for you, I'm encouraging you. And with 20 kids, that's a lot of Play-Doh, that's a lot of glue sticks, that's a lot of materials to send home every couple of weeks. So I'm overjoyed that now I have boxes that I can set up another material pickup for my students.
Yeah. So I guess my last question is, how can we at New City and just our community in general continue to encourage the kids when we just don't know what the next couple months, couple years are going to hold?
So I would say one big way is if there are any community members at New City that have a little free time, especially during the school day hours, whether they play an instrument or whether they have a couple kids books laying around and they would like to pop into my Google Meet once a week or every other week and maybe read aloud a Pete the Cat book, or read aloud a Cat in the Hat book, or maybe sing Here Comes the Sun on their guitar and have the kids kind of sing along. Just a new entertaining face, knowing that I have somebody else kind of in my corner to also encourage the kids, also be there to support the kids right now in this time. I think that would be very beneficial. And then moving forward in the future, when one day we're back in person again, I would say having a weekly volunteer, monthly volunteer that can come in and do the same, and they would just register as a volunteer at Leadmine, and then they would be able to come into my classroom and either work with kids whole group or work with a small group. And in the past, I've had students come in at all different levels, and there's been out of 20 or 22 kids, there's always a couple that you're wondering, how am I going to get you to be where I need you to be at the end of the year? And you feel like you're looking up at this huge mountain, this huge obstacle. Having a few volunteers that are registered and willing to give up just an hour of their time, that's how. Because, let's say John comes in once a week and works with just one child, that's huge. That one child now is having an hour of, uninterrupted one-on-one instructional time and building a relationship with someone who he knows is just coming for him. So I've watched that happen for several years in my classroom, and it's been nothing shy of amazing. So that's one huge way that you guys could continue to support us, is just checking in and seeing if anyone's interested in having some volunteers in their classroom.
Well, Gabby, it was so nice to get to talk to you, get to meet with you. I'm so excited to continue this partnership with you and with New City.
Well, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. We just appreciate your generosity, and we are so looking forward to using all of the supplies that you guys donated. Thank you.